Anybody, there's going to be a lot of people after this thing's over who are going to be on Bumble just hitting up like, I don't even care. Let's just meet up. I don't even care. No, we don't need to talk. Let's just meet up.
Oh, I can tell you that they're already on that, dude. I had to tell a girl, like, yeah, I'm after the girl, and she was like, hey, I don't want to waste time like with an online pen pal. Like, you want to meet and bang, or you just? And I was like, no, I don't. Like,
Yeah.
Like that sounds like it sounds like I'm not the first person that you've proposed this to. So therefore, like, I'm immediate, like, you know, I'm old enough to know that like that is a red flag right there. Like some Trumpsky out there is going to be like, oh hell yeah, I'm gonna go get laid. And get over there and come back with the old claparooski or something like that, you know? Oh shit, you hit the recording button? Oh man. That's how oh man, you got me instead of Dom. Oh dang.
Someone's gotta get got.
Oh, this is what I get for making fun of him making meatballs all day. Oh,
that's funny.
There you go. All right, you ready to go?
What a story to start out. God damn it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Overachievers Gaming Podcast. I am your host, Vash, joined as always by Chef Crondo. Ashi Pastrami is off today. He's out dealing with some family stuff, so he is not here today. But joining us today is WolverThor. Last minute. How's it going, WolverThor?
Better now that you're here.
Right,
what's up, guys? How are you guys doing?
Yeah, thanks for joining. We were just going to do this, just the two of us, and then WolverThor in the chat was like, "Hey, do you want me to come on the pod?" I was like, "Sure." That's why we go live and have fun with it, right?
There you go. Yep. Why not? Just wing it, right?
Yeah,
come in,
exactly.
jump in.
So anyway,
doing?
You can find us on Instagram at og.podcast. Our Twitter is overachieversp. Our website is beingoverachiever.com, where you get this episode and every episode where we talk about video games and Marvel Strike Force. We actually had a really good episode that we recorded yesterday with Chewburger84 about just video games in general. Man, that was a really good episode. So I'm excited for it to come out. So we just talked. We went heavy in the MMO and VR landscape, so it was a good time. It's a good time. So anyway, let's get into the recap of the week, and there's a lot to dissect. There is a blog post, which I'm sure WolverThor, you made a video about. I know I did about the blog post, or did you? I don't know. Did you? I don't know. You can just shake your head yes or no. You don't have to.
No. I depending on the blog posts, I tend to skip them, and we'll kind of go from there. So, by the way, I will be right back.
Sure, no problem. So, I ended up going through the blog post because it was like in the middle of a stream when they released it. So I just started recording and clipped the video, and then of course. I got to remind myself to pause the follower sound effects because, of course, I get the copyright notice on my video when that happened because my follower notification is the Shooting Stars song, which is hilarious, I find, with the Reminex meme that I made. But either way,
it's okay.
There's a lot to dissect.
It's good for like blog. Publicity, right? Like you got your video taken down. Exactly. You're a rebel. Like, you know, you play into your benefit.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun time. So let's talk about what's going on in that blog post. You had that still pulled up there?
I still have this pulled up here.
Great. So let's dive deep into what's coming. Actually, that's kind of technically what's coming next, right? So, but we can dissect the blog post in just a second once you have that go. So, what happened so far this week is we had our vacation blitzes. So we had the Shield Assault Blitz and the Thor Blitz going on now, which will end tonight with the Red Star and Premium Ore blitzes that are there normally, and then we'll talk about what's coming up after that. Then. We also had the Cull release via your wallet. If you wanted to, dive deep into the depths of your PayPal account and shell out $100, which I did.
How'd that turn out for you?
Obsidian. Turned out great. I got him to, we'll talk about what I pulled for him in Red Stars, but I got him to 61K, tier 13, level 70.
That's pretty. And are you like overall satisfied with his kid and how everything about him?
Yes, I'm excited. Like even without Ebony Maw right now, he's still a powerhouse. There's still hard counters for them right now as they all stand. But since we're going to be getting Ebony Maw very soon, I say probably within 10 days or so, we're definitely going to be seeing a shift in the meta with Arena, which is the whole reason why I invested in him heavily. So we'll see. But either way, that's what's I'm I'm pretty happy with it. WolverThor, did you end up diving into Call Obsidian as well? Did you? Yeah.
Call. Yeah, so I tried to I saved a ton of red star. Well, maybe not a ton, but I saved like 30 regulars, 15 elite fours, and I think 3 elite fives. And the idea was that I'd get something really good on him and have some left over for Maw. I ended up with a 4 red star call, and that was only because I opened 1 elite 4 yesterday and got it. But all of the other ones I didn't get anything, so I was pretty disappointed in that regard. But I did get. Did you hear that? I'll have to jump off the side again in a second. It was funny. I was for the viewers who are there, like literally, I was like, I might have to watch. My kids are being good right now. No big deal. Okay, we're back.
Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine.
That's great.
We'll continue.
That's
we'll
great.
continue hearing. We'll hear the rest of WolverThor's story once we're good with. We were talking about red stars and whatnot. So. Yeah. So did you buy Cole offer, Chef, or are you just waiting for him to come out?
I was starting like a broke bitch Karnak fund, and then yesterday the RNG gods smiled upon me and rained 14 shards down into my lap, and kind of like, and then I got a ×8 pull from from one of the Taskmaster orbs. So now I'm actually on track to getting Ebony Maw. So I should have bought a Cole offer, but now I just get to not sleep on Tuesday and Wednesday and part of Thursday. Then go for top 2K.
Oh, that's great. And then you get to do it again a week later.
So like, I'm probably not going to go. I probably won't go for top 2K in the second blitz, because if you get top 2K in the first one and you get 1 to 2% in the second one, you can still manage to get a 4-star version of Cole. So that's what I'll be doing. Because I can't go 2 blitzes. I cannot physically bring myself to do 2 blitzes back to back of top 2K. Like, that's just way too much blitzing. Like, and then not only that, like I gotta score what in this red star one? I gotta score like 2 mil, and then I gotta score like 3 mil, and then I gotta score 1 mil in the premium blitz just to get whatever 3 premiums, and it's like the creep keeps getting up like higher and higher. I mean, like I missed like the day where I scored 600K in the red star blitz and got that like whatever the 1 to 2% reward is or whatever that category is, and I missed that shit so much. It just I don't mind like playing the game, but it just takes so long, you know what I mean, like to get shit done. So yeah, I don't know.
Did you guys see? And sorry if you missed it. And sorry for anybody who's watching this for the first time. This is why you don't bring.
Wait, the first blitz is this week is Psylocke, and then Cole is the weekend.
Yeah, correct. It's always Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah, when you said it earlier, I was kind of like, "What does he mean?"
Yeah, the premium the premium blitzes are always, or the marquee characters, whatever, always on the weekends. It's been that way since
everybody here knows not to follow what I say that seriously, right? Just making sure that everybody that's listening understands that I am the ass of the podcast. So I
was literally about to say that.
This is. I mean, there you go. Point in case, foot in mouth, done. So there you go.
We're here for the hot takes of the Chef Rondo.
Yeah. I'm here for entertainment purposes. And you got the two other gentlemen that are here. You can they actually know what they're talking about. So,
I think that's more WolverThor, not me. So,
nah, come on.
Sometimes
you got a pretty good brain on you.
But, so now we have the core calendar starts tonight, which they're going to give away. Was it 2.8K cores now? Did they update it, or is it still 2,000?
I thought
somebody
it was 2,
saying right before we started streaming that it was 2.8K, but
I saw.
But anyway, they said in the blog post they're giving away 2,000 cores in the Power Up Core event offer thing that they're doing, which is pretty cool. It just leads me to believe that they're going to start offering cores or core only offers going forward. So that's going to be. I know we have. It is 2.8. Sweet. Well, that's fantastic. So, I mean, that in coinciding with them releasing the things coming up with having the quarter blitz and also the campaign energy being capped at 50%, at 50 cores is going to be eating up a lot of cores. So this is actually really good timing, which I don't know about you guys, but it just makes me a little concerned. I was like, what's coming? Because whenever they do stuff like this, we never have these sort of events that have been like good for the players. So that must mean like after we've already spent all our cores, they're gonna like drop some like core only offers that's gonna make us buy cores. Essentially, is what it comes down to. Because maybe they're saying like, oh, we don't have
What you think?
core
Like the
offers
next
and whatnot, or people
character
aren't
is going
buying
to
it, of
be only
course.
core unlock, or like
100%, maybe. Or they're going to be like, you can blitz for 250 core or 295 character shards, or for 2,000 cores you can get 100 character shards. Something like that. That's just my opinion. I don't know if that's specifically going to be the case, but I'm just seeing the writing on the wall and where everything's going. We also talked about it with Schubert yesterday for a brief moment, so just
What was his thoughts?
Yeah,
on
exactly.
That
That same thing. He thinks that, like, with the core offers that are with them giving us all these cores with this and the core milestone that's coming, that there's probably something along the lines of that there's a character or core only offers going forward. So makes sense.
Didn't he say that there's going to be
just kind of
didn't he say there was going to be like 6,000 cores in total per, like, because I think they're going to give away. Well, this person over here in chat was saying that the calendar that was leaked on Reddit shows for 14 days you get 200 a day, so that's where the 2,800 is coming from. But past that, I feel like Schuberger said something about 6,000 cores being the total that we can get from this event, and
yeah, so it's 3,000 cores with the milestones if you complete all the milestones.
Okay, gotcha.
So, but I'm hoping that they'll also do with this. I hope that because the Symbiote Spider-Man event is now over, that they'll bring back that milestone calendar with mini uniques in them. Because I feel like, I don't know about you guys, but like I need mini uniques right now, like real bad. So, because nothing's showing up. I'm literally farming Mystic, Bio, and Skill Gear from the mini unique store, and nothing is showing up for me. I'm just buying whatever I can at this point, but I'm getting like nothing showing up in my stores. Any of my like War Store or the regular store. I nothing for. I'm still buying it all just because I know that I'm going to need it later on down the road, but nothing's showing up for me, which is frustrating. But it is what it is. So.
Yeah, that bottleneck, it sucks, and I've even talked to some people who finished DD3, and they're, at least for the first run, they were kind of surprised about how little mini uniques you actually get from that. That you really want to look and pay attention to the full gear pieces you get out of there. Those are the ones that they said seem to be that are most helpful, because you want the ones that require mini uniques as much as you can, because that's where one piece could take 60 of them, or one person could take 60 rather. And if you get 2 or 3 of them, you'd be like, okay, that's huge. Versus I saw some screenshots that were like,
so wait, are you saying that the big wall of rewards that for the 100% completion or whatever on the right hand side, those don't give you like a whole bundle of mini uniques? You basically get like the same shit that you get from clearing like DD1 and DD2 in terms of like a big generic pool of G13 item or G14 items.
It's
or superior.
I don't know.
I guess technically the name would be superior, right?
Yeah. You get a whole bunch of the orange. Anything that's shown on that screen, you have the chance to get, and you have a chance to get a certain number of those things. So it could be 0, or it could be 150.
How close are you to finishing?
It's super it's RNG. I'm on node 12 with, I think, about 10 million left. So I think I've probably got, and that's a terrible node. So I think I've got a week or 2, depending, unless I get really lucky. It sucks, dude. It is. I've been on that node for I think 12 days now, and I've got like 10 million damage left to do, and it is. Some days I've done 100k damage, and other days I'll be lucky to get 4 million damage done. I mean,
so would you say
that doesn't sound?
Would you say in your professional content creation experience that this is a fun and quality game mode, a game mode that yields a fun and quality experience? Trying to think of a better way to say it.
No, at some point, if I really get some downtime, I might just clip every single hand throw up or WTF from that mode, or just frustration with hand in the face. Like, Or a comment where I say exactly this game
I
mode
think that
sucks.
my last DD3 attempt forced me
Oh
to
yeah,
uninstall the
100%.
game.
You definitely did. Yeah. Yeah.
I was so frustrated with it. I was just like, and I'm on Node 4 at this point. That's not even the Node 3 frustration. I'm just on Node 4. Node 3 was just like, whatever, it is what it is. I'll just get through it in a month.
Man, dude, that's
Yeah,
like
Node 3 is
that's kind of
annoying.
depressing that today I get to do it for the first time, and the general consensus is that it takes like weeks to get nodes down.
I would
Yes.
rather, honestly,
Yes.
I would rather it be like, because I know some of them have like 40 something characters in it. I would honestly, not to say that, I know what's going to be good for the game and whatnot, but I would rather have like 200 plus characters that you can reasonably beat, that's just going to take a long time. So you feel like you're making some progression rather than these nodes that are over in 10 seconds. These attempts. Like, I would rather have multiple, like hundreds of enemies that you have to face, which I think might be kind of fun to do, but they slowly, like, it's possible, but like it's still going to take long attempts, but not to the effect of like, taking a month to beat one node is just insane. So
yeah, it's they'd have to have some sort of save in the middle of that in case if it's too long, because the flip side of what you said, I've heard people say is, I like this better than DD2 because you'd be on a node for 45 minutes in DD2 with Minerva. And I was like, okay, yeah, but at least you could use strategy and get through it in a reasonable amount of time versus, like you said, 15 seconds. To me, there's got to be somewhere in between the two of those that I think is along the lines of what you're saying, where it's kind of like look, you can use some strategy. You can spend 10, 15, 20 minutes or whatever it might be on the node if you get the right sequence. Yeah, sure, maybe there's some hit hard or, maybe they protect the character that hits hard, but you can kill them in, a reasonable amount of time. You don't have to have perfect RNG to get through it. It's
just not fun.
tough.
Or give us like the one god tier characters like we used to have. Remember those? Where we used to have like god tier Thor and like two other people, and that was the node. Well, not in DD3, but just like in some of those.
Oh
like
yeah, on
the Vision,
Mystic
the Vision
campaign
node
or whatever
is
that
what it was.
was.
It took forever. Like that stuff was fun, But
Yeah,
anyway,
I remember that.
Visions of grandeur from the glory days, but. And then we just had the Taskmaster event start as well for Taskmaster. For those who did not unlock him early, I bought one pack of the Taskmaster, so I have him at 2 stars, and now he's just leveled up enough to get to 3, and he's almost to 4 because I got a couple good pulls in the center. So I think there's one where I got like a 33 orbs in like 3 orbs, so I was pretty happy about that. And then the Symbiote Spider-Man milestone just ended, and it'll be back in another month or so, is what they've told us. So for the time being, we can enjoy the additional credits with blitzing and those or the milestone stuff, so you can get some additional gear. I don't know about you guys, but I like the implementation that they put of that in the game a few months ago, so that way you can, like, when you're low on gear, there's a new character that comes out, you're like, oh, well, I don't have enough skill gear or whatever for this, all these new mercs I have to build up, so I'm going to open up all these, gear credit orbs, and I think it's a great feature.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I do the same thing you do.
So that's there's a lot to go that happened in the past week. Is there anything else that I'm missing?
I liked the 10 minutes that I auto battled through all of the Taskmaster stages. I mean,
at this point,
it's like one of those things where I guess for us, right? Because we're all at the end of the game. We have the rosters where it's like there's nothing they could really do to present much of a challenge there while still keeping it acceptable or accessible by people that are, probably with like 3 mil rosters or something like that. So it's kind of like damned if you do, damned if you don't. But I kind of, I don't know. Like, I just wish there was something that was like you guys were just talking about with DD3, and the difference between DD2 and DD3 is that there's no like challenge presented, right? It's basically just like slap your dick against the wall, recore on your people, and just watch Phoenix slowly whittle people down or whatever teams you have. And that's not really like now I'm kind of backtracking, but the thing with the DD2 thing is that you could actually like manage to pull a whole node down. And I think they were trying to avoid that, but man, it would just be nice if they actually gave something that used a little bit of strategy in our heads. But with that said, I'm pretty stoked about Taskmaster. That team is freaking nasty on defense, dude. Like, I
I
don't.
hate it. I hate it so much.
The thing I get tripped up about it is how many moves they take before you even get a beginning move. And I mean, I'm talking like it's kind of dumb to me that the Brotherhood are the only team to use against them. And I know why. It's because there's multiple reasons, but the speed of the Brotherhood team is what really makes it so great.
Plus,
Plus the blind, but there aren't really. I've seen people talk about counters for the Merc team, and I mean, I got to be honest. The only team I have been able to use against them is Brotherhood, and I've tried. I tried my Supernatural, which I heard was a decent counter against them. Trashed. I had said the last podcast that I used a Power Armor team to beat them. I don't know if maybe they didn't have T4s or something. That did not work again.
I tried
that didn't work again. That was a one-time thing. Maybe somebody went in and got the cooldowns down. I don't know what fluke accident occurred, but I did win one time with Power Armor. Would not recommend that again. I mean, have you guys tried X-Men against them?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to,
have not
right?
yet.
But I have not.
Well, you could if X-Men ends up working against Mercs, I mean, what's going to happen is you're going to have to switch Brotherhood 2.0 to Coulson only teams, and that's it. And then X-Men's going to have to be for Mercs. I mean, Fantastic Four will work as well, but it's hard to say. I mean, I haven't tried any of that. I mean, I probably should have tried it this past war because that would have been fantastic time. But unfortunately, I didn't have any. There's no Merc teams to go up against because for those who don't know, we got matched up against Panther Hulk, which was a great matchmaking decision on the.
Yeah, it was a minor 76 million punch up, which is half of our Alliance CP.
Yeah, I think it was like 1,000 or more trophies as well. So that was great. That was fun. I know because I know Chef knows Dismal pretty well, so he said that they wanted to make sure that they got rid of the flight deck buffs first.
Yeah. And by the way, not to change the subject, but I want to clarify that when I said that there was the Brotherhood were a counter team to the Mercs, I was talking about Brotherhood 2.0. I have not tried Brotherhood 1.0 against them, so. Yeah,
I'm assuming it'll probably have the same effect. The only difference is, actually, I don't know. I don't know what that would bring apart. But I keep Wolverine and Mystique on, the Marauders on defense at the moment. But that's just me. So,
yeah, I think what's likely going to happen is they're going to introduce one of these new teams coming,
of course,
as a counter. We talked about
X-Force coming.
Was it yeah, there you go. I was like Domino. I know it's Domino, Squirrel Girl. I'm like, why am I blind? And so maybe Cable, Deadpool, Domino, Cable, Deadpool, Domino, and there was two other ones that I'm forgetting. Negasonic, Teenage Warhead, and whoever the other one was. That's probably going to get introduced as a team that's likely to counter them. Maybe they do something that steals speed bar. Maybe Cable gets a rework that speeds everybody up immediately, so you can. Put an immunity. Who knows? But yeah, of course, and that'd be very, Fox Next of it, where it's just like they introduce something and they introduce 3 new tunes that you have to get to counter the thing they just put in the game.
Of course, that would be the case.
And
I mean, why would you?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like.
All right, we'll see you in a second.
Yep, no problem, man.
I'll be right back.
I'm assuming by the screaming children, that means I'll be right back. Such is fatherhood.
That's okay. I think it's funny that I'm noticing a pattern in Fox Next's release cadence. Right, war defense team, war offense team, war defense team, war offense team. There's no like. I mean, it's good and bad, right? Because considering the fact that war is like overarching ultimate game mode in the game right now, because raids are,
and it's like the best way to progress your character.
Because raids are bullshit. I mean, U7, it's like I have to push every day for us to get 60%. I mean, we are as an alliance, we're pushing collectively for 60% U7, but it's like. The amount of effort that I have to put in to get 2 more orange ability mats just feels like not worth the effort. But I do it anyway because that's just what you have to do as an endgame player. But
just you're a good guy, Chef.
Nice guy. But I mean, now the Greek raid actually feels like it has a benefit to 100%ing. when that's the fact that
Oh,
you
100%.
get the orange unique orbs or whatever they're called. But I just I don't know. I'd like to see him release a team for Blitz. Just Blitz. Just because it's not something war related, right? Like, because they can't get it right. If they were come out again and they're like, hey, we're gonna release the X-Force team, and the X-Force team is gonna be the Apex Raid Ultimus 8. Well, actually, there can't be another Ultimus Raid technically, but I mean, there shouldn't be another Ultimus Raid. They should be like progressing this into something else other than Ultimus. But that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what's yeah. Hopefully, I mean, I'm curious to see what they do with the raid difficulty selector, because that's supposedly coming out this week, which is also in that blog post too. So we'll see what happens with regards to that. But
quick question, not to cut you off, but while you're on that topic, I want right here, right now, I want you to tell me how many times the game is going to crash before and come back online before it actually gets implemented properly.
I mean, they're taking down raids for 25 hours, which is like gives them the essentially giving you or taking away the option of launching a raid for 25 hours, which gives them a 1 hour buffer, so that way they don't have any sort of issues. We'll see if that ends up being the case or not. But
so they're gonna have them down.
My thought is.
Go ahead.
I'm saying my thought is it's going to, considering that there's still issues with alpha raids being full cleared, but only showing 98.7%, because that just happened to us yesterday. I'm going to give it no less than 4 times for it to be broken.
I was going to say if they're taking the raids down for 25 hours, I want to put an whatchamacallit. Oh my god, why can't I think of the betting term?
Well, they are over under.
Oh my god, what's wrong with me?
They are Blitzbrain, preemptive Blitzbrain, but they are giving us compensation for the blitzing, for the raids being down, which is nice because they already know it's like, okay, well, raids are going to be down for however long, 25 hours, so they're like, all right, well, we're going to give everybody rewards to make up for compensation. So I'm like, all right, that's at least being thoughtful, I suppose. But either way, we'll see what's happening with that. So. All right, so let's talk about what's coming up, and that blog post that they posted, which if you have,
I still got it up. Right?
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about that. So real quick, we have a bunch of different milestone events coming up. You have the power up milestone event, which you can discuss. We have the quarter blitz, re-energized blitz, the gear blowout, sales. And then one thing that I'm looking forward to the most is Ebony Maw coming out in like 10 days. So. We'll talk more about Ebony Maw next week as well, because we'll be a little closer, but I'm very excited for you either way. So anyway, take us through some of those events coming up. Is that this week, next week? Do they
starting May 17th, which is tonight at 5 p.m. or whatever time your calendar resets. It's 8 o'clock Eastern for me. They're going to be, or it says, battle in Blitz and Arena to achieve milestones and rack up power core rewards. They're going to have a total of 2,000, like I said, being a 10-day login calendar that'll pay out a total of 2,000 power cores, but the calendar that we're seeing is 14 days, which is a total of 2,800 power cores. It says if you complete all of the milestones, you can acquire up to a total of 5,000 power cores. And so that quarter blitz is going to be that the cost of your blitz recharges do not exceed 5 blitz charges. The re-energize event, which is going to be huge for anybody that's still trying to farm Karnak, will only be 50 power cores. So if you're currently farming 100 power cores, I would strongly recommend holding off on that. And that's the ass of the podcast saying that. So that's like really good advice from Captain Stupid over here that did a 100 power core the other day. And Gear Blowout, which is get 20% off purchases with golden shop refreshes. And then Raid Frenzy is 20% cost reduction for raid energy, heals, and revives in raids.
All right. So I don't know. I wish it was a little bit more than just 20%. I don't know what they're trying to dictate with 20% on the actual whatever's happening with that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens in regards to. Oh shit! I just realized that my entire mic is just peaking because I had it set up for when I was streaming.
I was gonna say that you're like really loud and hypey, but I was just letting it go because.
Oh, I just looked down and saw my levels being like super loud. So sorry about that.
One last thing about the upcoming thing. for campaign missions. They're getting rid of on Nexus 5.3. They're getting rid of the Hand Blade Master, and they're going to be adding Elsa Bloodstone. She's not in there yet, and they don't have a date on when they're going to be adding her, but they have noted that that is a definite change that is going to be happening.
That's awesome. Also, just a quick note, just because we were talking about this beforehand, before we started streaming, whenever I was telling you about that team that I was just autoing all the way up to the vision node.
Yeah.
In U7, just autoed the vision node with that.
Really?
Team. Didn't even touch it once.
Wow.
Yeah, just now. And it beat it with 8 seconds to spare. So it's not perfect, but it does work. I'm actually very surprised. And now it just means I'm just going to build that team even more. So great. More things to work on. So, because they're not all tier 14 yet, but that note, that team comp, if anyone's interested, is it is Yo-Yo, Shuri, Black Bolt, Symbiote Spider-Man, and Hela. And
okay.
And Black Bolt and Hela are the only ones at tier 14 at the moment. The rest of them are close, but they're not there yet. So, but.
It's interesting. I use almost the exact same raid team with the exception that I have Minerva as opposed
I only have
to
Shuri in there because she gives the defense up to everybody, plus all of the she gets the chance to heal on her turn, plus she gives energy out and all that sort of stuff. That's the only reason why I have that. So
yeah, no, I actually, in theory, I kind of like it a little bit more because Minerva, I like her for resin people, but a lot of times if you get that Mystique or Loki when Black Bolt comes at you, it doesn't matter if she's getting
exactly.
resin or
so
not.
At that point, I normally would just like quit out the match and do whatever. But I've actually on the node before that, I did the Juggernaut, which Sledgehammer, which I've always had to 2-shot. That happened. I was like, I had Shuri literally just died. I was like, F it. I'll just let it continue on. And they finished the node no matter fine. So without her. So I was like, all right, one-shot it. So I'm going to start. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to start building that team up a little bit more. So anyway, so let's talk about what's going with the updates for the blog post. Chef, are you excited for the cap on the campaign energy so that way you can really farm Karnak?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So for those that have been following, I was basically not going to get Karnak, and I mean, not going to get Maw.
5 stars.
Excuse me. Yeah, I wasn't going to get Maw because my Karnak was dog shit. And anyways, I've been diligently farming every day. I was doing 3 refreshes. I stopped farming with
laser
focus, meaning I did not really spend an excess amount of cores farming anybody else. Normally I farm, Colossus, Mr. Fantastic. I'm almost done with Rescue, but how you have your daily farms everybody does for the most part. I just kind of called off all of that, and I'm really excited because yesterday I got a ×14 on him basically, and off of the 250 refreshes, and then I got ×8 from a Merc Orb. So I am now at 36 out of 130. So I'm actually probably going to make it happen. I have to get 4 or 6 a day, which 4 is more realistic, but then we actually have the double drop day coming up. They don't have a date on it, but there is going to be a day that you have an ability to get Miss Marvel and Karnak for those of you who don't have Miss Marvel already maxed out, which you should if you don't, because she's badass. But I'm pretty excited, dude, because I've got 6 red star Thanos. I have 4 star Proxima. I got 4-star Corvus right now. So my team is really not going to be too bad. It's not going to be as good as the Whales and the Krakens, but
hey, it's not bad for
for being free to play,
for free to play. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
or dolphin to play.
True. Yeah.
So I have a question for you guys about this core refresh thing. So, I mean, obviously the campaign energy is always 50, but you're still going to hit that 100 on the Karnak
I think so.
node itself, right?
Oh, wait. No, it should be if it's 50. If it's capped at, if campaign energy says there would be capped at 50, it's 50.
Yeah, no, but the campaign energy costs 50, but refreshing Karnak's node itself.
Oh, yes.
You know what? I didn't think about that. Son of a bitch. I totally that's it. But I mean, damn, actually, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Make sure to run some math on it if you can. If you want, I got a little thing that I've got up, and it'll.
Well, personally, so what I need less than 100 shards, right? So there's still 15 days of farming left. So if you do, I think it's around four a day, 4 maybe 6. On the double drop day, I anticipate at least getting. I mean, we all know the math. 4 times 0 is 0, right?
0.
So I gotta hope for at
Yeah.
least
Yeah.
a double whammy or something. Just get 2 times 4s, and I'll be happy out of that double drop day. But damn, I actually totally forgot about that. Dang.
Yeah.
No. Hey,
Sorry,
again,
man, I didn't mean to burst your bubble.
again. Hey, that's why I'm old donkey boy over here. The jackass of the podcast. I'm here to say those things so somebody can correct me, and then they can feel good about themselves.
At least if there's ever a time to spend the 100 on that, like on the refresh of the Karnak node itself, it'll be on that double drop day where everything is stuck at
50%. I always do that through the hundreds for double drop,
especially with us getting all these cores coming forward. Like you'll have the cores to do so, but either way, it'll be rad. So, and then we have the what are the details for the other blitzes? Do you have the quarter blitz, so everything is at 25 the whole time?
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping that doesn't fall over a cull blitz, because I can't. I mean, I'm hoping. I mean, it would be nice, but at the same time, I just can't do it. I can't push that hard as well. I'm just going to aim for top 2K for both, and just buy one of those offers when he's out. I see that there's a Corvus Glaive orb offer for $20 on the store right now that I'm going to pick up just because I'm 10 shy of him. So
yeah, I need to look at that too. Actually.
But yeah, so that's anything else in that blog that's worth going over that we haven't gone over yet?
No,
outside of the Ebony Maw, actual kit numbers and all that sort of stuff. Even though he's in the game, but
no, the very last thing was the fact that they've got a double drop for city people coming up, and the bonus event. And then there's, I think I might have mentioned this, but in the events, there's a block party coming up in, I believe, 5 days.
Yeah, that'll be good, because I know that I just I maxed out. I tier 4'd Cull's passive and ultimate, so I want to do his special, but I'm going to wait for once I do Ebony Maw first, and then we'll go from there. Although I haven't figured out. Have you, WolverThor, have you in Yeti and Pyro? Is it Pyro? Gone over that for Ebony? Punk? That's right.
Punk.
Yeah, that's why.
But he has a Pyro image, so and we go over the T4 stuff. We've talked about it quite a bit. I've looked at it. I've got a giant Brotherhood turn order thing that I've put together that I'm probably actually going to do a video on today. But we have not finished our T4 stuff. Yeti's had some personal stuff. There were actually around his house some fires going off, so he's been having some challenging times lately. But I think, and for me personally, I was also kind of, I don't know. I was wondering if they were going to change something with Maw's kit, even though he's technically in the game. But we saw that once with Magneto. But I think we decided let's just do it, and if we have to revise it later, we'll revise it later. So we're hoping in the next few days.
Is there any hot takes on what you recommend out the gate for Maw, like special, passive, ultimate, whatever?
For Maw, give me 1 second here. Off the gates, let me find this real quick. Let's see. It was.
I love it. WolverThor has the birds, so it's yeah, but I don't care. Yeah. I don't care because Dom usually always has the birds chirping outside.
Oh man, the bird! It's literally 24/7. They're mating or something. We don't know what's going on. It's crazy. The passive from Maw for the extra 10% resist is pretty good. His special I don't like. It's an additional 1 turn of defense up. I don't know if it's necessarily needed. I normally love that. I think it's going to end up being essential, but I want to see how all these defense ups overlap with Cull, because it seems like he's got defense up every single turn, which is awesome. But if Maw's not adding a defense up to Cull there pretty early, then I'm not sure it matters all that much. The ultimate, I absolutely think you have to do, because it gives you that fill speed bar ability. So if you look on msf.gg or his kit, you'll see that it doesn't include the verbiage for this portion that says fill speed bar for self and all allies by 5% and reduce enemy speed bar by 5%. And this is per Black Order and Thanos ally. So that doesn't exist at all in his kit until you T4 it. So if you want that dynamic, you have to get it. So that ultimate is more than likely
Yeah.
gonna be essential. So yeah, I mean, I'd probably say the ultimate first. If you really think you need the resistance, throw the passive in there. You know what? I'll go with the special because everyone's going to want that 2 turns of defense up for everybody, and it's going to include if you want to use them in raids because it's all allies, not just Black Order allies. And then his basic, what was his basic?
It's like the additional attack or something like that.
Piercing and 1 more attack. That's probably the lowest of the group.
If you have high red stars on him, maybe like you pull 6 or 7, absolutely. But
yes, yeah, I would agree. I think if I was to rank him, that would be the last one I'd do on him, with the ultimate being first, probably the special second, passive third, and basic fourth. That's just off the cuff. I'd maybe flip.
Yeah, depending on what you're running into, because an extra 10% resistance is not doesn't seem like a lot, but it can add up really easily, especially if you're having like issues with. It could happen in raids too. So who knows? We'll see what happens with that. So
yeah, well, and Call's kit, if he has a regen on him, his resistance goes up by 1,000%. So depending how often you're keeping regeneration on him, that 10% is nothing. So if Call's sitting there with taunt up the whole time, and he's got some regen on him pretty frequently, then 10% resistance is not going to do anything.
Unless it's compounded, but we'll see. But even so.
Yeah, but even if it's compounded, you're kind of already at that 1,000 threshold. It's like,
either way, it's going to be interesting. So anything else coming up you guys are looking forward to, or anything like that? Yeah,
well, Maw for sure in the Black Order, just to see if they really.
I hope so.
Up to the hype.
I hope so.
I know you've invested really hard. I haven't T14 or 13 mine yet. Yeah. I'm waiting a little bit.
Even still, like once they release, like whenever Maw gets released, I'll be doing plenty of PvP action. So if anybody wants to try it out and see how they're, anything, all these meta teams or whatever you would put in arena, please feel free, stop by the stream once that goes live, because I will be taking him immediately to 70 tier 13, and we'll be testing him out all night long once that happens. So it'll be a fun time on stream. So
I'd if depending on the day that comes out, and if I'm at the home office as opposed to the work office, I'd be happy to basically throw any type of arena meta at you, and just see how it goes. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, hey, look, I'll throw in a trash tune at the end there. I'm gonna throw in Ravager Stitcher, ban Stitcher, and I'll bring in Phoenix or whatever, and then just don't ban any that you can ban. You ban trash the whole time, and let me pick whoever I want, and I won't.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing as they've been released, just to see how they've been holding up in stream. So it's interesting, and I feel like they're gonna get close to working, or at least with the introduction of Cull, when that came out and we did the stream for it. It was fun just to see how everyone is pushing for it. And it was like, well, Black Order's trash. I'm like, well, you have to realize we're not seeing empowered Thanos, so we have no idea what he brings to the table.
Huge difference. And not just that.
And I only have Thanos' passive maxed. So once I get maybe, I'll probably do Ebony Maw's ultimate, and then I'll switch everything over to Thanos first.
I was going to ask you guys, what do you think about? Okay, so I was looking at Thanos' empowered kit this morning, because if you look at his abilities, unempowered, they're trash. So, with that said, I was looking at them, and I want all of them, but just because I fucking love Thanos, and he's my best Red Star character, or he is my best character in my roster. But aside from the passive is most of us have the passive T4. If you're somebody that's an experienced player, but other than that, I was looking at the special, and the special looks sick nasty to put a T4 into. But what about the basic and his secondary ability? What do you guys think about those in terms of ranking them, considering the fact that I haven't put any T4s into Maw, Proxima, or Corvus yet, or Cole? So just keep that in mind. Is there a priority?
WolverThor he's probably got the better thought process on this, but in terms of turn order, what's going to happen is Thanos is going to basic first, he's going to special second, and then he's going to ultimate. So depending on how you're it depends if I don't know if people are going to get to the ultimate with Thanos
Mhm.
unless you're throwing in like a super high sustained team, but we'll see once it happens.
Right.
So my opinion would be do special, basic, then ultimate, because it's going to take 3 turns to get to Thanos' ultimate, and everyone might be dead by that point.
True.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends. I mean, I'm planning on doing all of Thanos just because I also have him at 6 red stars, and I know you have him at tier 14, so he's going to hurt like crazy.
Yeah.
So I would probably do if you don't really care about his basic, I would probably do his special and ultimate, and then do his basic last. But he's got a basic first, so that and it adds an extra 50% damage on his basic at 6 red stars is going to hurt.
That is true. That is true. Because I haven't taken a serious look at the T4. I mean, on Ma, I looked at his kit, but I didn't look at the T4s for the other 3. So that's why I was kind of like, and I only have, I think, like 400 saved up right now because I dropped all 4 T4s on BB, and then I put Yo-Yo's basic. I just did hers the other day. So, I mean, granted, we do have technically 2 more weeks before, well, a week and a half before Ma hits. It'll be 2 weeks before I get him, so I've got a little bit of time to save up a few more. But yeah, cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think Vash is kind of on point with just to chime in on that same thing with that T4 concept with Thanos. I mean, his turn 4 is going to happen before Glaive's turn 3 because of this how the speed works. But still, it's kind of like where's everybody at that point in the match? If they're not, if you don't need that, I mean, I really like his ultimate upgrade a lot because it increases drain quite a bit. But in an additional attack, it's kind of like, okay, or a guaranteed second attack, and a little bit more piercing. So I'm like, okay, but if you're not killing anybody, and it's like, all right. You already, like you said, get the passive, which is okay, but that special is definitely the one I would look at, where it's kind of like you flipping all the positive effects to negatives for enemies as opposed to 3. Anytime you see a 3 to all on effects, it's almost a guaranteed essential, almost guaranteed. So, and then it applies a taunt to call Obsidian for an additional turn.
Huge.
So instead of 1 turn, it's 2. 100%. So like, if you're looking at Thanos Empowered, it's special, period. And then after that, you can do you already got the passive and basic. You could probably wait. I might do the ultimate first. I don't know, even though you're getting 2 basics for Thanos before you use that ultimate.
So question, does Thanos become unempowered if somebody dies, or is he okay, good.
No, he's always
Only if they die and you go back at them a second turn. It's got to be however the battle starts is how it is.
Yeah, but it'd be interesting to see how that team would work in raids with an empowered Thanos. I'm planning on trying that out as well because that'd be wild. Because if that team really shines in raids too, which would be interesting, which it might with Ebony Maw, but I don't know. We'll see. I reserve judgment until I see it in action. But I'm definitely going to try it out in U7 to see how that team puts together. Because for me, that team's going to be at about 460K when the team's done. So they're already at like 440K right now. So without, but with just Minerva in there, Minerva's only 58K or something like that. So anyway, so I'm looking forward to seeing how that team works out. I'm gonna test it all out when it goes live. So we'll make sure you tune in. We'll see what happens. I'll be recording it all too and seeing what happens with it. So
one of the suggestions I'll throw at you to see when you're testing is because I have a feeling that the full Black Order might not shine given they're lacking an energy battery because Thanos isn't going to give energy when he's empowered. Is potentially Maw, Thanos, and then 3 more. Because of Ebony Maw, and it makes sure Maw's at least next to Thanos. I normally like to put Black Bolt next to Thanos, but if you can keep Ebony Maw special up as much as you can for the defense ups, offense downs, I think that makes you get rid of Yo-Yo and probably get rid of Shuri maybe. But I don't know. His speed isn't super awesome like Shuri, but I don't know. That's the one I'm interested in to see if those 2 can somehow play in with another 3 Black Bolt, Symbiote Spider-Man, Hello
I
type
think it'll be
situation.
fun. I mean, it's worth trying.
Why not, dude? I mean, it's or
Yeah.
you could just keep slapping your same team in there that you do every single day, and it's like Groundhog Day over and over again.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens in like 10 days time. Not even 8 days.
Yeah.
When is it? Tuesday? Next Tuesday? Not
Tu-
this Tuesday, but next.
It's the 25th, I think. Yeah, the 25th. So was that 8
Yeah.
days from now? So I might have missed it due to children type emergencies. But did you guys say where you're going to land with Ebony Maw? I know, Crando, you were saying.
Oh,
you
I'll
were
get
hoping to
5. I
Karnak
don't
there,
care if I
but-
have to. If I get hard
Okay.
dicked, I will spend a little bit of cash. And at this point, I'm so close.
Yeah.
Like I would be. No, I mean, I'm not one of those people. Vash already knows I've spent a little bit of money on my account. I'm a hard dolphin. Like not. I think I've spent like max like $200 in the game, and I mean I've been playing since day 2. So I mean,
Yeah.
minimal spender, but I don't like buying character packs. That's my thing. Like I find the character packs in this game to be complete dog shit. I think that they have offered several good packs in the game, but usually I like to reserve my purchases for things like maybe this Power Core event, because if this is like Gold Gate and the Power Cores are like, if they sell like 3K Power Cores for like $15 or $10, I'm gonna buy that shit, without even thinking twice about it.
Yeah.
But if they throw up 5,000 Power Cores for $50, I'm not buying that shit. Like that to me is, you know what I mean? Like that's not worth it to me. But so I'm actually excited to see what these Power Core bundles are like, because I will buy them. Because I mean that'll help out with everything, like the fact that we have so much shit to farm for Maw, and we don't even have most of us don't have coal yet. So like there's so much shit to farm, not to mention that they're gonna drop Ironheart soon, and most of us want Ironheart. So I am actually mildly excited about the coming weeks of Marvel Strike Force. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a turn in terms of like what's been offered in the game. I feel like it feels like it's had that phase of like, we don't care about the game. It's like the content's stale. Here's DD3, just like fuck off for 6 months while we like work on content. But at the same time, it's just like, it's been a little frustrating at times, but I feel like this is the first time where they're like, okay, here's some strategy, plan it out. Here's a new mode, PvP. Go on, have fun, enjoy, like do some shit and have a good time. Like I'm that's I know that before we started Crondo, I was saying like how I was kind of a little burnt out and whatnot, just given everything going on. But still, it's like, I'm actually, now that we've been sitting here talking about it, I'm actually really excited for stuff coming out. So I think it'll be a good times. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyway, what did you no, actually, hold on. I was reading through my list wrong.
Wait, hold on. Wait, Charlie, you didn't say where you're gonna land at with Maw. Neither one of you did. I changed the subject. I'm the ADD bitch over here.
That's fine. I am gonna unlock Ebony Maw out the gate, but I'm about 120, actually 115 shards away from 6-star Karnak, and if I can get him to 6 stars, I will get a 6-star Ebony Maw. So we'll see what happens, but
I think you can. I think you're, because I'm 125 away from my threshold, and I'm
going for 7.
Going for it. So that's where, so we're similar in regard with the need. So it's kind of like, I'm hoping to get it. Now, granted, that means I need, assuming just the 25th and not the 7 days, I need 15 shards a day. If you add the 7 days to that, what is that? June 1st or something like that.
So you'll essentially, so people don't remember, it's not 3 days for the event, it's 7 days at the start. So you don't have to have it all ready to go day 1. Like if you need to, you'll have a week left over to be able to farm your shards if you need it. So there's that. Anyway, we're moving on to Love It and Hate It, where we talk about one thing we love about the game, one thing we hate about the game. Since we always say what we love and hate about the game, we ask our guests. So WolverThor, what's one thing you love about the game right now?
What do I love about the game?
This is turning into ASMR.
Let me think. All right, something not community. I'll say something not.
Yeah, because that's Charlie's answers this week.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Everybody in the community is absolutely fantastic. That was it was an incredible experience the other day. So I was very grateful.
I will. I will say, as much as I haven't been able to do it yet, I love the verse battle mode. I've really, and I have not been able to do it a ton, but um, just playing against people, doing different theory crafting, trying to set up tournament type stuff. Vash, you and I were working on some stuff to try to get some tournaments going. That whole everything that revolves around that game mode that's going on currently, and not just playing it, I really like. I think if Foxnex doesn't screw it up, I think it could be huge. I think it could be like a borderline esport type situation where, people are competing against each other. It's not just like Pants of Hulk and Legion of Cabal type situation. It's, oh, have you played Crondo? And, versus he's amazing. Like he's so good, and players start getting names too, which I think is really
Yeah,
cool.
I like this. I like this world you live in. Hell yeah. It sounds like my place.
You
I
better
mean,
not
I
let
will
me
tell you
down.
this right now that I have done one live stream of real time PvP, and I think I went like 5-2 or something like that. Granted, like I
That's
kind of
pretty
did
good.
a hard rule where I was like, stop fucking picking Ultron. Like, or I was so annoyed with people that kept picking Ultron. I'm like, no more Ultron. Like, we're going 50K or below, and that's it. Because like I'm tired of this bullshit where it's like every time someone is, I don't want to pick him. I don't want him on my team. Like, I find him to be the X factor in PvP right now, where it's like, just stop fucking. Can we just have a gentleman's agreement where nobody picks Ultron? Like, I really appreciate that. But I agree with you. I think it's a great game mode. I'm genuinely curious what's next. Like, we all know that ISO 8's coming out at some point in time. We all know that this is only the beta version of the verse, and this is like the custom version of it. So it's like, what's next? Do they have a new raid chapter getting ready to get started? Because it's about fucking time for that shit. And do they have a new game mode in the works? Like, what are we talking here? Like, what's really happening? Because they've kind of like revealed their cards that they are doing more than they lead us on to, I suppose, in a sense. And they have a lot of shit in the works. So like, I'm kind of curious what's to come.
Yeah, the ISO 8 might be here sooner than you think.
The what?
ISO 8 might be here, might be
ISO
sooner than
I
you think.
I think within a month. I think within a month. No, I take that back. I take that back. I think the month of June it's coming out, because I feel like as it's been going in the past 3 to 4 months, they're kind of dropping something big once a month. Like this month it was, well, actually that's not true, because this month they're doing real time PvP and mod at the same time, which is kind of a big deal. But
I think Charlie needs to spill the beans.
Does he know something good?
Oh, come on! You can't. You got to read the tea leaves here.
Let me get.
Look how he's responding.
The coffee beans. The coffee bean says beginning of July.
Okay, yeah. I mean that's close enough, right? That gives you 1 month, a month and a half to enjoy the game before it all turns into a dumpster fire.
I'm really worried about what's going to happen with ISO. Well, especially if it's that fast. They said they were going to test it one more time with the players, which they might be doing some of like the Pants of Hulk type players as opposed to like the Envoy types. Oh God, I hope it's not bad.
So I'm hoping that if they were smart, if they had a certain way of, I don't think they'll ever do this, but I wish that they'll have modes in which it's excluded. So like ISO 8s don't affect in Alliance War, or it's only for raids, or if it's only for or excludes arena. Probably won't happen, but I fingers crossed it would hope.
Yeah.
So because it'd be great, because like it would definitely make raids easier to deal with in certain instances, but we'll see if that's the case or not. So,
or you mean it would make U7 seem like a little bit of an even playing field because the raid was designed around those kinds of things to begin with?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, to me, it's like, I find it okay. I have, as you said, I'm friends with Dismal. Dismal and I talked about it before in the past, and he's kind of like let me on to what's going on with the some of the play tests that he gets involved in, and or down on. I don't know if they do play tests anymore, but there was one for the original round of what ISO 8 was supposed to be about. And I remember him telling me that he took a lone Killmonger into nodes in U7 and was one-shotting nodes with a 7 red star Killmonger, like by himself, not even anybody else's soak of damage. That's how OP the ISO 8 was at that point in time. because the stats were being affected
Yeah.
off of the red stars, not like their base stats. Like in most games, when you get boosted stats and things like that, it doesn't go off of like the total number that you have. It goes off of your base attribute, not the max. Whereas the original ISO 8 was going based off of the max number, not what your base statistics were. So it was like complete explosion of your power levels. And all the Krakens basically came back and said, "This is fucking horseshit. Like, we do not want this." And
Yeah.
that's what I think that's what caused the massive delay, because I don't think they knew what to do with it. And that concerns me that they've waited this long. And the general consensus from people like you that are envoys that I've seen talking about it are it's not great. And that's concerning. Yeah. But it's one of those things where I don't think that the community should burn the ground or burn Fox next to the ground within the first 2 to 3 months of them coming out, because obviously they're going to have content designed around those kinds of things and the inflation of stats that you'll gain from those and the benefits you gain from them. So I'd give them a little bit of time to roll it out, see what the content that they designed for it is, and then make a judgment call of whether or not this is the kind of like the ultimate fuck you to the community.
Yeah, no, I agree. That playtest you mentioned, I was on that for a different, or I didn't analyze it like Dismal did, because I knew there were a bunch of people on there doing exactly that. I analyzed it more for what does this do to my day, and like how much more time, and that was the part. And even that, I was like, I almost didn't, and I got to be careful here because I was on under NDA about it. But what you have to do, like I was just like, this is still too much work. Like it was semi easy, but still I was like, this is an extra 30 plus minutes a day, and I'm like, I don't want that. So, but I think Crondo, you really hit the nail on the head there with give it a little bit of time, because I think you're probably right that they're going to have something come out. It's going to seem weird, but ultimately we got to know that why they're doing this outside of, this is a way to get more money from whales. And so you get to a point, and it's like, all right, what do we get for the whales to be able to jump themselves ahead again? That's ISO 8. ISO 8, they're going to come in and get all of their teams up here quickly while the rest of us are coming like this.
Yeah.
So as long as that jump is reasonable for everybody and the movement through that threshold of getting to the max of ISO 8 is a reasonable push all the way from your free to play to your whale, that's fine. I don't care. And if the time it takes to farm ISO 8s or however they're going to do it, isn't a giant time sink, then I'm good.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it's
we'll see you on Future Revolution.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We'll see you all there. We'll be the content creators for that once that happens. But
yeah.
But we'll I mean, if it's anything like they do in like Future Fight does, it's going to be a random drop, and it's going to be lesser drops, and you can combine drops into get bigger ones if you want to, or crafting. But who knows? We'll see. But either way, so what's one thing you hate about the game right now?
Just one thing. Just one.
Just one.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, honestly, I just said, but the time again. Just the time it takes for me to play this game every day. It's like I said, I can't even get into the mode that I said I like the most. It's like, okay, if I can't do that, then that's unfortunate. So between, again, we talk about Blitz. Raids are becoming a little bit easier, but still Ultimus 7 takes time. And even for the Greek raids, if you've got a Mystique, that takes time. So I'd say the time in general, and then throw in Dark Dimension. I mean, who's got time for a family or content or a real job? You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I got to live for MSF until I die.
Yeah, MSF until I die, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say the time's probably the thing that I'd like the time that I spend in this game playing with friends, people, like just anybody, versus be like, oh, I have to do this. Oh my God, I have to do this. Oh my God, I have to do this. And it's like,
it's certainly obnoxious when, and I think about this a lot, right? As we're, Bash and I've been talking about, like, the coronavirus and the effects it has on the mind sometimes. And, I try to think about like how to shake up my day, right? And the one thing that I can't escape is the fact that in the first thing in the morning, the first thing I do is I don't go on a run. I don't go to the gym. I don't go do what a lot of people do in the morning that want to like fix their mental health problems. But I go play MSF, like that's like the first fucking thing I do in the morning, like just out of habit, just literally out of habit. And then it's like, I'm sitting here, and before I'll get up at 6:30 and I'll sit in front of my desk at like, 7:15. And before I know it, it's like 8:30. And I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta look at the war real quick. I just finished all my arena hits and my blitz hits and my raid hits. I still gotta go look at the war. And I'm like, I got shit to do, man. Like I can't just do this for 2 hours every morning, And but at the same time, we have that like that itch, where it's like, fuck, I need to go see if there's like something in the store. I can't let my alliance mates down because I call people out all the time for doing this. So I can't then in turn do it myself, unfortunately. And especially as a alliance leader like yourself, that's like, I mean, I know it's like you have to set like a precedent for your people. Otherwise they're going to finger point right back at you, which is really lame. That's the feeling that this game leaves you, like there's not like a window where, I think about like the difference between territory battles in Galaxy of Heroes. The reason I like it more is because you're not restricted to a time restraint, right? You can go into a war and just fucking plow through the enemy team. You don't have to sit there and wait for your energy to refill. Like if you want to go in and clear out an enemy alliance within the first hour, you can do that and be done with it. There's no need to sit there and wait for 24 hours to clear out the enemy base. There's no race. It goes based off of, I think it's like, there's like an actual number based off of like territories you clear, how many, if you have units that die, there's like different factors at play that make it a level playing field. Whereas here we're restricted to a time clock where it's like 11 o'clock on the second day, I got to log in and do my free hit because we've noticed that there are a lot of alliances out there that wait for that last energy to hit. And then they all pile in and they'll full clear you like real quick, And I don't, dude, 11 o'clock in the afternoon, I got shit to do, man. Like I got work. I got, meetings, clients to talk to. Like I shouldn't be thinking in my brain, it's 11 in the afternoon. I need to log in and make a war hit. Like that just is scummy. And I think that, and most people know in the previous podcast, I say I fucking hate wars. I actually, now that I'm not a leader of Alliance, I actually enjoy the game a lot more now. And I'm not hating the wars at all. I kind of like enjoy going in and plowing through some teams, but I don't enjoy the, if I forget about the timing thing, I get penalized for it. If I get too ripped on a Saturday night, like I did last night, and I forgot to make my war hits, I completely missed out on a free war hit, and that negatively impacts my alliance, and it makes me look like a clown just because I slept last night and didn't want to play MSF,
and God forbid
for one
you
night,
do that.
like God forbid. So, and granted, God forbid I do that tonight, I miss out on Red Star and Premium Blitz, so like it's I feel punished for sleeping sometimes, which is like the dumbest thing in a mobile game, but. I guess that's kind of like a non-Kraken complaint or a non-whale complaint because usually
it's a real complaint.
It's a real
I think that
No, go ahead. Sorry, I definitely let me get off my soapbox. I realized I just went on like a long rant.
I think I'm 100% with you. I think it's and Vash was saying it too. I think is that it's a real complaint. Everybody feels it. I don't care if you're free to play all the way to the biggest Kraken in the game. Maybe not the biggest Kraken because they just buy everything. But they still have to play war and raids, and maybe they can auto raids at this point, but and they don't have to fight in arena nonstop because they've got giant teams. But I agree, and like Vash can attest to what's going on with our alliance. We're trying to figure out what to do with war right now because we went to a time zone that we thought would be a little bit lower stress, but because of the time constraint and the need to be on right away, and at certain other times, we're losing to some alliances that we never would have normally, and it sucks. And it's like, okay, like I'm cool with finding a way to be more chill about war, but not at the, expense of sucking at war nonstop.
Because you can't afford to suck at war nonstop.
Yes, exactly.
Like it's just it's literally, I feel like Vash said this earlier, but it's literally the best way to progress your characters in this game right now. And that's fine, right? 100%. Like I'm okay with that, but time, man. The time is,
I know.
And I would venture to say that like with a lot of competition in the market, that's why I'm interested to see what's next, right? Because like they've been open about the fact that war is their focal point for this game, right? But at the same time, a lot of people are complaining about they're tired of the wars, you know, or that like they're tired of the time restraints of the wars. So if that's a focal point of your game, then you need to actually like take a step back and listen to what people are saying about it, and not just add war defense teams that make it more of a pain in the dick to punch through the walls. Like that's not really the answer. So just food for thought.
Wow.
No, that's sorry, we're going
so
on a huge
good.
tangent here.
But it's not a bad tangent, right?
No,
we're not just bitching about the game. We're like we're literally
criticism.
It's literally a valid complaint that like for a game design studio to come up with a game or like a couple of mechanics, 1 blitz, 2 wars, where there's like, or even 3 raids where there's like this huge time constraint you're putting on people. It shouldn't be like that. I don't think so. But like then again, you could raise the whole conversation that if you want to get top tier rewards, then you got to put forth the time and the effort. But it's like, bro, I mean, let's talk about end game content for a second. You want to get end game content in World of Warcraft, what do? You gather a fucking group of people, you set a time, you go in, you plow through, you come out, you're done. There's no like, I got to sit here for a 24-hour time period and keep checking back with my crew on Discord, because you guys can't even make a good chat system for this fucking game, that you got to rely on Discord for us to actually, or Line, whichever one you use, to get these kinds of communications done. It's like, it's such like a piggyback system that you can tell that they 100% copied this idea from somebody else, and now they're at the point where they don't necessarily know how to remedy any of their problems. So they just slap duct tape on it and move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned WoW, and I quit WoW because I thought it took too much time and cost too much money.
I know, right? I know, dude. Hey, I'm right there with you, homie. I'm right there with you, man.
We're getting back into it if you want to come.
Yeah, you can come join the OG.
I heard you say that, and Vash got me into Black Desert Mobile, which I actually really liked a lot, but I had to recently step away from because I couldn't justify even the limited time in that game. And I heard you talk about WoW, and I'm like, God, I loved WoW. I'm like, nope, don't do it.
Yeah, so. What one of the people in chat, Stoner Viking 707, just said is pretty much like my main biggest complaint about Wars is the fact that you have them on Friday and Saturday nights, and then Sunday to Monday are the days that you let people have off. What the fuck? Like, are you all a bunch of like no non-social ass having people over there, Fox Next? Like, who the fuck thought of that? like you're gonna have honest to God, like I almost feel like the person who was in charge of this worked in the restaurant industry or something like that, and was thinking like, oh man, well, like 90% of people in restaurants have like Sunday and Monday off, like let's just give them the benefit of the doubt, because that was my weekend for the longest time. But like who was like, hey, let's have this like time restricted game mode on Friday and Saturday night, like the 2 nights that people want to go out and do shit the most, like
and their phones and like be like, really, you're gonna play a mobile game?
I'm in the middle of a restaurant, like, hey babe, hold on one sec, I gotta make a war hit real quick. I've had
that conversation so many times.
and how what is the level of scorn that your wife looks at you with, dude?
100%. That's why I'm like trying to find teams to auto at this point. I'm just like, honestly, like that's why I'm looking forward to the Blitz sim, because like then I don't have to worry about like, oh, hold on, like give me like literally, it's like I need 2 minutes, like literally will give me 2 minutes to go through it and I'm done. Like I don't have to sit there. Okay, boom, phone in pocket. Wait, no, phone in pocket. Done. Okay, wait, phone in pocket. It's just I can't do it anymore. It's fine now while we're at home and have nothing to do, but like once the world goes back to normal in like 4 years, then we'll be good. So but either way,
hey, there's gonna be a vaccine at the end of this year. Maybe
I like some of these responses in chat. Hold on, I have to do this thing on this mobile game real quick.
That's the best one, absolutely, 100%. All right,
fake a restroom break.
Okay. Moving on to Red Stars. What'd you guys pull for Red Stars this week?
Wait, what about you?
No, we already talk about it all the time. It's just you, just a guess, because we dwell on it quite a bit. So that's what I'm saying.
All right, fair enough. Okay, go ahead.
What'd you guys pull for Red Stars this week, WolverThor?
Well, not a lot of Call Obsidian. So like I'd mentioned, I'd saved a bunch of Red Stars for him. I only got him 2 up front, and then eventually got him at 4 Reds. But in that opening, I got 2 6 Red Stars. One was Black Bolt, which amazing 6 Red Star pull, great. but I had already used tokens to bring him to 6 red
Ooh.
stars. So that kind of hurt a little bit.
Bummer.
Well, I did that on stream and I was like, oh my God. So I'm like, I already have him at 6 and I used tokens. I'm like, if I would have got the tokens back for that, oh my God. I'm like, that's awesome. I also got an invisible woman at 6 reds, which was pretty good. You know, I don't use her a ton. You know, Vash, you'd mentioned, you know, alt 7 maybe. And I was like, yeah, maybe, you know, if I need to bring her in or something, maybe I'll do that. And a little bit better for her Alliance War attacks. And then I got a handful. I think I got Jugs to 5, Mordo to 5, Akwe from 2 to 5. She's still sucks, I guess.
Terrible.
Yeah.
We want that old kit from Okoye. Give us that now, Fox Next. That's what we needed in the Wakanda.
Seriously.
Like just release it like the old kit because that was awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, she was great. She was OP and now she's terrible. But I think that was most of it, if I remember. I mean, again, a few other small upgrades, but those are the big ones.
Crondo? How'd your seed theory work out?
Oh, sorry. I was responding. I usually mute myself when I'm responding to somebody in chat. How was my seed theory? Yeah, God damn it. Like, I don't want this precedent set for me that I hate seed theory, but I do. Like, that shit is just, look, you know what? I'm just going to throw it and say it. I'm old school. I don't like the shit. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to open the orb. I'm just going to like press open orb. If I get dog shit.
Buy 3 offers.
Dude, I actually had to look, man. You just made me scared, dude. I was like, fuck, man, please don't tell me I just bought that like $9.99 offer for like war refill energy or something like that. Oh my God, I'm not even gonna lie, dude. Holy crap. I got superior nanites, I got superior palladium ×3. That was an incredible roll in the shop. Thank you. What I get for red stars? I got 59 right here. 59, baby.
Oh,
I haven't opened them up yet. You haven't
done them for Cole yet? Or are you waiting?
I was waiting. I'm gonna do them, but I was, you know, procrastinating on streaming and doing it. I might have to just like go ahead and crack under and go ahead and just open up a few to get. I really just want Cole at 3 or 4. Like, I don't want anything at this point, dude. I have given up hopes and dreams and aspirations of getting some like fat 7 red star character. Like, that way, maybe that the day that it actually does happen, it's like that extra level of joy that I wasn't really anticipating, you know? So, yeah.
Great. Yeah. That's awesome. I just pulled 6 lobotomy things out of the war store. So there we go. Out of the war orb. So look at that. All right. Things are looking up today, boys. It's great.
Things are looking up.
Now I just need all the glass dildos. We're good to go. So
whoa. What's that one?
That's the other bio one. The bio meaning unique. For me, I pulled a 4 red star Cull Obsidian this week. I saved up quite a bit. I had like 62 orbs. I opened up a whole bunch of them myself. I also pulled a 4 red star Invisible Woman, which I'm excited about because I was going to buy her 4 red stars, but now I don't have to. And one that I pulled a 6 red star Sabretooth, which I was super stoked about. I was hoping it was going to be Cull Obsidian, but I got the 6 red star Sabretooth. So that's a pretty good pull. And actually, he's pretty cheap to take to tier 14. So I feel like once Black Order's done, I'm just going to take him up to tier 14 just because he'll work in tandem with Mr. Sinister because I have Sinister at tier 14 already. So to have 2 characters at tier 14 on that team, I think will be nice for some war Ds. So we'll see what happens with that. So yeah, for a handful of other things, a bunch of dupes. It's funny is I said, okay, I'm at the end, I was like, I had 30 left. And I was like, okay, well, a Whopper, I think, told me that like I can probably pull, I think an additional like 15 or 20 orbs between now and the mall events. I was like, okay, I'll pull 10 more. And the very last orb that I said I was going to pull on the 10th one, it was a 4 red star Cull Obsidian. I was like, yes.
Nice.
And then I was able to say, I got 1 Elite 4. Let's go open that. And I opened it up and it was another 4 red star Cull Obsidian dupe. So
very nice.
But going forward for Ebony Mall, I'm going to have, let's see, right now I have a total of 22 saved up, plus the stuff we get for today for the Red Star Orb stuff going on the next week as well. So probably another 10 to 15, plus the 10 we get for during the week, or the additional 5 we get during the week. I have an Elite 4 saved up. I'm 1,600 away from getting another Elite 4, so I'll probably have 2. Plus, I'm 500 away from an Elite 5, so I'll probably have... my goal is I'm hoping, fingers crossed, a 5 Red Star Elite
Vash.
Mall. So.
Vash.
Yes.
Homie, go ahead, say to yourself, I'm ready for my fourth 5 red star Miles Morales.
Oh my god.
Or my third
Fuck off.
5 red star Night Nurse. No. I'm telling you, homie. Just go ahead. Say this mantra to yourself before you open them, so that when it doesn't do that, then it makes you look like the asshole for complaining, but you internally, you feel great because you're like, yeah, I don't care.
It will be my 5th my Miles Morales is your Black Panther.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Black Panther could suck a fat one, dude. Like that asshole shows up in all of my Elite 4-star orbs. Like I swear to God, dude. Whew, there was a point in time where I got. This was like towards the end of when I was streaming Saturday morning summons, and like the whole alliance split happened, and I was like super salty about the game. And I think I pulled my 4th 4 red star Black Panther out of it, and I flipped the fuck out. And that was when Mystic Mac saw me, and I think he told you that I was like a rage machine. I was so mad about it, dude. I can't even tell you, like, any other times I've been that more mad than that moment. I don't know why I got so upset about it. I was just like, why the fuck do I have to get Black Panther again? Like, why? But
yeah,
that's MSF for you.
Entertaining. It's super entertaining, at least to watch.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So anyway, we'll see. I'm looking forward to my 6th 5 red star Miles Morales pull. It's gonna be great.
Yep, there you go. See that?
I'm looking forward to
like
it. It's gonna be
like it.
Amazing. Yeah. So what's your what do you have for war or team advice, WolverThor?
War advice and team advice. I'm going to combine it, and it's similar to what I've kind of preached before. Is that I would be, depending what your situation is, I would make sure that you're at least saving resources for Black Order, or if you're not fully going in them, like, Vash is at one level where he's there, he's pretty invested. I'm probably a step or two below that, where I brought him to T11, T12, just short of that orange gear. And then other people might or just be sitting and waiting. I would say that, yeah, like Krando's just like, I wouldn't necessarily bring up, like, even unless you've got the resources. Like, for instance, I brought Mercs to an okay level. I'd like them to be bigger, but I don't have big red stars. So if you don't have huge red stars on someone like Mercs, then I would be sitting around watching what's happening with Black Order. Don't throw a bunch of stuff in Hydra if you haven't at this point. Even my Invisible Woman, I'm not touching her gear wise, even though she got 6 red. I'm just watching Black Order. And then I'm going to see what happens with them. And if they're going to be as good as they have been we've been led to believe they are, then I'll go into the T13, T14 and bring them up. But only if they're really good in arena and war, probably. So that's my advice there.
All right, that's good advice.
Do you have a team for me to use against the Marauders?
Aimtron's great.
Interesting.
Or depending how big they are, you don't need the Ultron. So if it's
I got a big boy aim team. I got 280. Well, it's not really like big boy, but
try it next war without Ultron. If it's not a critical fight, see if you can pull it off. Or if it's not a huge punch up, be careful with the T14s on the Sinister and who's the other one? Maybe it might be Sabretooth, but you got to make sure to pay attention to the T14s versus what you got. If you're not T13, T14 with your aim and they've got a bunch, then don't use Ultron.
Right.
But if they've got a bunch of T14, plug in Ultron, and I almost guarantee you're going to win.
Okay. I'm gonna try it out because it's like every team we face, they've got them, and I just like don't know what to beat that team with. So
don't use Researcher.
Suggestion.
I know you have a 6 red star Researcher. Don't use her.
No, I'm not. I stopped using him.
Mm.
I took I got Assaulter up to 7 stars now, and he's I think like T11. So
if you have once you're done with Black Order, once you have T4 to spare, put it in his passive, as it'll help him out. The 20% speed bar or speed boost at the beginning is huge. Huge.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
Cool. That's great.
Namor will be a thing.
What's your favorite character in the game right now, WolverThor?
Who? I'm really liking Symbiote Spider-Man, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love playing with him in raids. I just recently dropped him on my arena, or put him on my arena defense. I'm really excited to get to City for Dark Dimension 3 to use him. So I think Symbiote Spider-Man right now is the one that I'm trying to find reasons to use more and more. I like his negative effects. He's pretty sturdy. He hits pretty hard. And then, if you combine him with the symbiotes, he's just a lot of fun. So, yeah, symbiote Spider-Man is definitely my pick of the
Do you
moment.
think that we'll have in the future additional symbiotes to help flush out that team?
Yes. Yes, I do. I don't know who they are. I'd be lying to you if I told you that I did. It'd be speculation, but I think that I think they'll bring two into it. I'm not sure exactly. They got to be careful though, because those symbiotes by themselves, those three, are really good. I've essentially three-manned an Asgardian team with them before.
Mhm.
Where it's kind of like, I had Shuri and Miles with them, but they didn't do anything. So yeah, you got to be if you put two symbiotes on there that really make it so that they're too OP, man, that could get nasty. But I think they will. I don't know when because I haven't heard much, but I hear a lot of X Force and who's the other ones? Emma Frost, some more X-Men stuff, but that's
Yeah,
about
I'm
it.
look.
Haven't
I
heard
hope they
anything good.
do. They hope they flesh out the symbiote team. That'd be a lot of fun. For me, I would agree. I think that symbiote team, just in general, it went from like absolute trash to really like shining with the addition of symbiote Spider-Man. It's just that passive. It just makes him viable. I feel like so. We'll see. We'll see
Yeah,
what happens
yeah.
with everything going forward with that. So, all right. Well, that's it for the main questions we had, the topics and whatnot. We're now going to move on to Q&A. So if you have a question you want to ask in the chat, please put the Q with the colon in your question. We have a few that I've written down. So we'll start with the first one goes to Chef Crondo. It says, what hair product does Chef Crondo's use?
Is that a real question?
It was in the
Absolutely. I didn't see it.
it was in the chat, bro. It was in the chat.
I use Aveda grooming clay,
There you go.
and I haven't washed my hair in 3 days. Not because I'm
Wow,
gross. Not because I'm
that
gross.
holds up.
No. Not because I'm gross. Okay, it's because
You guys
a
are gross.
girl that I am in love with is a hairdresser, and she said, "Look, you need to go like 7 days without washing your hair." And I was like, "I am not going 7 days without washing my hair. That's freaking gross." She's like, "I'm not even playing." She's like, "This is like a professional opinion or like professional thing. I'm giving you advice. Like your scalp is really dry. Yada yada. Like I'm not bald. I don't have a beautiful shiny head. I have a dry ass scalp. So
Yeah, if you wash your hair all the time, the oils from your hair, you don't get a chance to absorb them into your scalp, and so you don't have them.
Yeah,
so yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm on day 3. I got to do it. I can't do it another day. Like I have a meeting tomorrow, so there's no way I'm going to a meeting with like dirty hair. So yeah, I can't believe that was a really a question. Damn, I feel like you asked me a grooming question, man. Do you know I'm fucking like metrosexual or something?
Yeah.
Like
Another question is Vash putting Black Order on war defense or war offense? When they are first introduced, I always put the team on war defense for about a week, for about 3 wars, and then once people start to reliably counter them, and once people are able to one-shot them, I will then pull them from defense and I will use them on war offense, because from what I've been hearing, they're going to be able to counter pretty much every team on war offense, so that it's going to make it one more team to use for like big punch ups if we need to. So beginning war defense for about a week, and then war offense after that. So.
Okay, this is the first product. This is the Aveda grooming clay, and this is the second one, the volumizing tonic. Okay, listen, I'm 35. I'm enjoying this shit while I still got it. Okay, like I'm gonna be Vash in a couple of years. So
mine's definitely starting to go a little bit.
Yeah,
bald is beautiful, my dudes. Bald.
Hey, when the time comes, I will embrace it like a fucking G. Okay, but I'm not there yet. So until then, I got like my hair products. All right.
Yeah. Next question is the Inhuman Orb. What do you guys think will be about its value having yo-yo chances? Still not worth the cost.
That's the $20 one, right? 20 for the Karnak,
so.
Yo-Yo, or Crystal, and Quake and Miss Marvel, right?
I believe that's the case. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll chime in on that one because I actually bought one because I was like, do I want to do this?
You went for glory on those Karnak shards, didn't you?
I did,
and you got Quake, didn't you?
I mean, I got 10 Karnak. I think I got 10 Karnak and like 15 Crystal, and I was like, okay. And I looked at it, I'm like, is that even worth $10 or $20? I'm like, not really. So I was like, you know what? I looked at the percents again, where it's less than 1% to get those 145 shards or whatever. I'm like, that's what everyone thinks is going to happen. They're going to buy this, like, I'm going to get 145 shards of yo-yo, and you never will. So is it worth it? Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah. Unless they have a percentage up with it, but even then, it's just if it's equal chance, most likely not going to get what you want. Do you think they should add a tier to Payday and Block Party? Yes, I think they absolutely should. Hopefully they do.
100%.
You guys think? Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
Yes, 100%. Yep.
Okay, great.
Yep.
What do you guys? Sorry, I didn't actually get everybody's who asked the questions. I just saw the queue and just wrote it down. What do you guys think should be done to separate the need for vet players from doing blitz on characters they have maxed just to get the currency to buy war items? I feel like it hurts the newer players that need Thor shards for example. I'm blitzing just for currency when I don't need Thor.
I didn't honestly know that was a thing, but I'm in a different situation. Like, I've got a whopping 1.4 mil on Thor, and it was to forget milestones, and then my couple per day, and maybe a few just testing out Black Order. But I have 223,000 Blitz currency, so I don't need any Blitz currency at all. I don't know how many people are in that situation. I was a hard blitzer for a long time, but I would think that any semi-long time player who's been blitzing a lot would be in a similar situation as me, and just I'm not touching blitz. I don't care about it. I'm not going to blitz for currency or anything. I don't know about you guys. If you're blitzing,
I don't know. I mean, I'm not. I'm at 750K and I'm done. Dude, I feel like people that blitz are going to blitz because they just do it out of habit, and there is no way to make it okay for people that are newer players and veteran players. Like, there's no reason why they should be in the same arena, blitz shard. But
you know what? I'm jumping in on you, Crando. I'm sorry. You made me think of something. That I think that that early shard for new players should be 6 to 12 months. That's what I agree.
100%. 100%.
That's what I think. Because
again, I'm gonna backtrack into talking about the comparison of this in contest. In contest, the way that the arena works, when you create an account, you have 30 days that you're in the beginner's bracket. Then for an additional 30 days, you're in the intermediate bracket. Then after that, you get put into the big boy bracket, where you have no hopes and dreams of ever getting a 4 or 5 star feature champion out of the arena unless you spend buku amounts of money, and it's like never gonna happen. But now, as a new player, and this goes into how I feel like they should be running more than one blitz at a time, so that they give people options, so that it would break up the monotony of everybody focusing on one freaking blitz and going balls to the wall. It's like, what if they had a Thor, Shield Assault, and Psylocke blitz running at the same time?
Or the gear blitzes.
You're gonna see,
or the gear
blitzes.
Or the gold blitzes. Whatever.
If they were running the gear blitzes right now, side by side with the Thor blitz, you'd see people like us being like, fuck the Thor blitz, I'm going all in on the gear blitz. And that way, the people that really need the Thor blitz will go for the Thor blitz, and they'll be like, well, I like the gear, but I'll just accept the milestones and move on.
Yeah, that's what I'm in that same mindset of doing that too. I just milestone and chill for the most part, and like I'm at a 1.2 mil just because, like I was testing out Black Order and whatnot. So, but I essentially just do one rotation and done. That's it. I don't have much else to do. So.
Actually, I feel like the multiple blitz things is the best answer for that. Honestly, just to break up veteran players focusing on the smaller blitzes would be to supplement that with a blue and a purple orb blitz at the same time, because everybody's going to go for the purple orb blitz at that point in time.
Yeah, because
so many of us that are endgame players, I don't have a single biomat right now because I just dumped all of it into Black Bolt and Yo-Yo, and like I don't like the little superior phosphates. I got none of them. I could use a plethora of them, but yeah. Anyway,
what do you guys think could be done? Oh wait, that's already just said that. It says, I don't know why this is a question. I'm going to ignore it. I'll say it, but I'm going to ignore it. It says, WolverThor needs to shave. How can we achieve this? I don't know why it's a question, but that's we're going to avoid that. Is there a date for Symbiote Spider-Man milestones return? They didn't say specifically when, but in taking how they were the first time. They say
in June?
Yeah, so my assumption is probably going to be June 15th, because the first time it was a month on, month off, month on, month off. So that would be my assumption, June 15th. So unless you hear it otherwise in the Envoy program. WolverThor, but I would think
No inside info on that one. Yeah, no, I think your logic's sound.
what skin products does Vash use to keep his head so shiny? Just water, water, and lotion. That's it.
If I don't get some product question, I'm gonna be pissed.
And then someone asked, "Do you even MSF, bro?" I'm not going to even ask that question, even though I already just did technically. I do. We MSF till we die. That's what we do in the scene. And then Dogger 007 says, "How often do you refresh the store for G14 uniques?"
Once a day sometime. I was doing them. I was doing them once a day to get the purple lattice, or the pink lattice, so that I could get into DD4 or DD3. But then the last like 4 or 5 days, I was like, nah, like those are cores I could be spending on Karnak. Like I
did do it for a while. Yeah, it's a good point. I did it for a while. I stopped. I did it hard for a while and then stopped.
If I'm like 1 or 2 away from a character, then I'll refresh the store. But if I'm like miles away, I just don't even bother. I just accept the fact. Like I'll probably have to start doing it for bio gear for Symbiote Spider-Man just to be able to do City node. But I'm on node 4, so I'm still 8 more nodes away. Like I'm not even close to starting City. So I'm fine with just letting it go. But like if I'm getting close to finishing node 12 and I'm like, I have no City tunes, then I probably start refreshing because I know I'm going to be getting close to it. But for now, I'm fine with just doing nothing. So, but unless I'm like 1 or 2 away, then I'll start refreshing and whatnot. So, like I have been a little bit with bio just because I'm just trying to get these last bio gears for Yo-Yo to take her to tier 14, which she's very close. She's literally like 2 away and then she's done, but she's been 2 away for a month at this point outside of what I just pulled this morning. So, and then Dogger also asked, do anyone consider the hometown orbit as you can get Ghost Rider shards? I'm 16 away from 6 golds on him. I have not heard of that orb, but I don't know.
Is that outright? I'm literally looking. I'm like,
I haven't seen that one in the store,
but
I'm looking right now. I don't see it. I mean, maybe it comes around every so often during like the what's it called, the Black Party event. Maybe that it's a Black Party event orb. That's the only thing I can think of. But I have not considered doing that. I typically only buy. I think Crando earlier said he hates them, but I typically only buy the character orbs, not the stupid master class ones that have all the other side characters, but the one that you could get 100. You're guaranteed the character. Like those ones I typically buy.
And then Vengeance MSF just said, just unlock Taskmaster. Should I stay focused on leveling Black Order? It all depends on what your focus is. Like I'm focused on Black Order, but once Ebony Maw is done, I'm switching focus to Mercenaries. And then once that's done, or I feel pretty good about that, then I'll end up taking tunes I have as 6 red star up, like Sabretooth and whatnot. But it totally just depends on whatever you're working on. So if you want to focus on Black Order for Arena, I mean, that's your prerogative, and I would say Arena is probably by far the most important aspect of this game because of all the free cores you get out of it daily. So even if you're in the top 20, you still get like 200 to 250 cores a day, which adds up over time. In a week, it's essentially, whatever is that, 1,500 cores or something like that. So that's a lot. So I focus Arena just because of that reason, because you can use it to refresh everything. You can use it to purchase. Like if you're just a little bit shy of a character in Blitz, you can spend the 675 cores to unlock an orb and maybe get the little bit extra that you need without having to spend any money if you don't want to, so on and so forth. So it just depends on what you're going for.
Listen to Vash.
And then M Prowler says, when will Fox next ease up on purple gear? Like how easy blue gear is once you
never
100% use 6. I don't think not anytime soon. Not until they start introducing like red gear.
There was always in Star Wars, even after playing it for 2 years, there was always 2 items that were purple items that you always were short on them, just like I feel like I am with Superior's Phosphates, and there are when new tech characters come out, I feel like I never have enough unstable molecules or the omnium ores. I just I don't think that's ever going to let up.
Yeah, I think that is
there's always going to be those items that you have like 3 or 4 or 5 1K plus of, and then there's going to be the one that you have a fat goose egg of, just because they, for whatever reason, they're harder to come by, or they just I don't know. It's weird how it works out that way, but
yeah. And then we have a couple other questions. Azrael says, not sure if this was already asked, but when will we be getting a 7-star mall? Did you have to do a second mortgage? I guess that's for WolverThor.
for WolverThor.
Yeah, if I wasn't renting, maybe. I can't even afford a mortgage where I live.
Yeah, you're in Cali, aren't you?
Yeah, SoCal too. So
Woof.
yeah, it's not. I mean, it's similar to New York, I'm
You
sure.
got like $1.5 million in the bank.
Yeah, your down payment. I was just joking with my cousin about this yesterday. Sorry to tangent non-MSF, but she was like, "Oh," yeah. I was like, "Yeah, if you got about $500,000 in the bank just for your down payment, and then making $250,000 a year, you might be able to buy something that's maybe a 1,500 square feet." And she's like, "What?" I'm like, "It sucks."
Yeah.
Anyway, that aside, I actually want to go back. I want to look at all the money because I log all of it. Every dollar I've spent on this game, I know. I want to look at anything that I spent to get Black Bolt and then the Inhumans to see for that 7-star mall. So, and I think I might be like, I'll get that. What did it cost? Everything Thanos clip in there,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
I'll see. So, answer may be coming soon. We'll
That'd
see.
be cool. Like, what did it cost? Everything, but dollar amount? Yeah, be great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I actually might do that. I'm a little scared, but I try to limit my spending on the game. I stopped just before the strike, and then Black Order, I picked it up a little bit more recently, but I want to make sure I don't go into a black hole with it.
Yeah, we do it enough that kind of like it evens out for making content and all that sort of stuff. That's the only reason why I picked up, because
that's 100%.
as making YouTube content allows me to buy the offers a little more than I would normally do so with my own money. So like the ad revenue with that helps quite a bit. So that's like, if you like the videos and you like these things, please like just go watch, share those videos. It helps us out to showcase these kind of characters from the ad revenue that it brings in from YouTube. So
100%.
Yeah, when do I get my royalty check for Scooter playing Baby Shark like 5 million times?
Oh, it's not that.
Stream?
That's not the royalty check. You just get it from the MSF till I die, and then the screen.
All right,
then
look at this capitalist Charlie over here.
I'm just saying, those are the royalty checks because that's actually your voice.
Yeah,
Baby Shark's not your voice.
Yeah, even though everybody plays it to put me through the agonizing pain of hearing that
so
bullshit.
Dogger 007 says, have you guys ever checked out the stats on Aim Assaulter? His stats are pretty insane. Number 3 damage in the entire game. Have not checked out his stats. So
I'm gonna pull that up now if we end up not running out of time.
I mean, that's up to you. I just noticed we're at like an hour and
we're
at like an hour 40. Like, what is up with this?
And you didn't even want to do this today. This dude right here was like he was pulling a me. He comes on, he's like he got the darkness on his face, like he didn't have the ring light on, like he's like all mopey. He's like, man, I don't even feel like doing this right now. Like
yeah, I mean, I can chat and talk forever. There you go. There it is. There he
is.
All right.
Now I feel like he's back.
Let's find Assaulter right now. I've got it up. Let's see here. Find a ass. Where is it?
It is Sunday Fun Day. I'm going to keep the light off because my eyes are hurting. So.
All right, while you guys are doing that, let's answer the rest of the questions because I got to make some lunch.
Question about U7. Allie says, I tried the team Thor recommended, and then they still come at my support characters like every time. Any suggestions? Which team was that, Allie? I'm guessing probably one of the U7 teams that you were talking about, but can figure out.
Okay.
I think the game's programmed for targeting support characters or lowest health things, so I think it's get good, well harder, maybe.
Yeah, be better.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any suggestions for what characters to, how to avoid that because that's all AI and programming and whatnot, unfortunately. So,
you guys want to know the stats on Assaulter before next question?
Do it.
Quick.
Yeah.
All right.
I figured you were pulling it up.
Yeah. So overall in the game, Aim Assaulter comes in ranked at 67 for average stats across the board. There are plenty of minions above it. Looks like mainly Aim, just at a quick look. But number 9th in damage rank in the game, which is pretty solid, and pretty high on armor, 45 rank, 19 speed. That's pretty solid. So their overall average rank for all stats across the game is 65. Mainly brought down by resistance, which you really don't care about that much because of the flips, and then health, which maybe you could use a little bit more health. Aim Assaulter.
Dude, I feel like Assaulter can definitely use more health.
Yeah, but I mean, the damage by itself being 9 is pretty good. Sniper's around the same. I think it's 8 or 9. So
Like, why does he Salter use biogear? Like, you asshole. Like, why is it that everything he uses is tech and then one item is bio? Like, why?
Yeah, it's probably aim. Like, just I don't know. Aim's kind of this
Yeah,
weird.
they're just messing with me, man.
Aim's being aim.
Yo, Vash, turn your light back. Turn your light back on. What are you doing?
I'm being all emo.
Wait.
I'm just being in the dark.
Darth Vash over there.
All right. Guaco Loco says, what will happen first, Ultimus Orb rework or ISO 8? ISO 8. I don't know why I can't speak to that word. ISO 8.
I'm going to disagree with both of you.
You think Ultimus
You're going to
Orb?
say that the Ultimus Orb reworks are coming?
I'm going to say that I think an Ultimus store comes before ISO 8.
Start hoarding your Ultimus shards, everybody. That's what we're going to work with. You heard it here first.
Wait a minute. Okay, now let's roll off this hypothetical situation we're talking about here. Now, are we talking about like a store where when I get dupe shards of Ultimus that I'm gonna now start collecting new currency, or are we talking about like a store that you can buy Ultimus, you can use Ultimus Orb shards to buy things from a store?
So before I answer, I obviously have to preface this by saying I don't know the for sure answer to that, but the way I'd envision it is that those Ultimus orbs that you've got. So what I mean, you basically get those little, whatever it's called, like that little V triangle that allows you to open. If you get 2,000 of them, you can open an Ultimus orb. So you already have this Ultimus orb currency, right? Yeah. That currency allows you to open an orb. So now what I'm saying is, instead of just opening Ultimus orbs, you'll be able to use that for something else.
So kind of like
I don't know what it would be.
Maybe a Blitz store. Maybe new characters go there.
Can we get like a store with
something
Sinister in there by any chance?
What's that?
I said, can we get a store with Mr. Sinister in there by any chance?
That'd be great. And honestly, the game needs it. Now that I think about it, because to your point, it's like they need another store to be able to introduce characters in. So it's like, make everyone drain that Ultimus Orb currency. I'd put Sinister in there right away to get, because if Sinister's in there, everybody's using that whatever they've got saved up there to get him. And so then they drain it, and it's like, all right, so now most people are out of that stuff. You put out maybe some orange gear in there too. And then you start introducing more exclusive characters there. I don't know. I mean,
oh my God, little Jusum just said it, man. They should have something where make an excess store where you can use excess Ultima shards and Stark Tech currency. That's actually a really good point, because I'm over here with like 33k Stark Tech currency and there's nothing I can buy, and I know that they're not going to just like willy-nilly throw more.
I think you'll end up using that for an Alliance War somehow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's really a good one.
Oh, for like the rune boost,
yeah,
stuff like that.
That's my guess. I don't. Again, no inside information on that. That's a guess.
Yeah. I can see that though.
All right, and I think we got one more question. That's it. So M Prowler says, question: 3.1 mil TCP, only 24 characters maxed. I'm only at 400 of 100 Ultimus. Do I save Ultimus creds or pop the orbs and still on cooldown? Oh, try to max out Ultimus. Until you get him at 7, there's no point. Just open him, because you're still going to need him.
I mean, he's still a good.
He's a better character. He's a better character lately.
Lately, he has found his way into team comps that are being used to counter things. Like, isn't there some kind of like weird comp you could use with like Minerva, Ultimus, Ultron?
There's 2 different comps that are being talked about that I think are the biggest with him. One is called PT Cree, I think, which is potentially used against Hydra, which I had mixed results on. And the other one is an alleged counter to Black Order.
Okay, yeah.
So
and Korath.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see.
Yeah, I saw some posts where they were like, "Look, there should not be a fucking counter to the Black Order, and that 100% should not be Korath of all people." Like,
yeah, I said the exact same thing and totally agreed. When I saw and started hearing about this and talking to the theory crafter who came up with it, I was like, this sucks. He's like, well, and some people still disagreed with that theory crafter, but I thought the basis of the analysis was pretty solid. So I was like, if they do that, man, that's part of the reason why I kind of wanted to hold off on the T4s for Maul and Black Order, because I just didn't see Foxnex introducing this giant supposed wreckage of a team that's Black Order, and then having Korath and Ultimus be like the henchmans that bring him down. I'm like, what? Like, they're already in game. Everybody's got them. It's like, maybe you have to bring Ultimus up a little bit. But, and to that point, to that 3.1 mil TCP player, I actually would open those orbs because you need them for all the other characters too. Like, don't save, if you're a newer player and you need so many tunes that you need to get to max, don't save orbs necessarily. Unless you know you don't have the gold to rank them up, then fine, save orbs. But if you can rank people up, open the orbs and rank them up. Get your teams bigger. You build that collection power.
Yeah. And with regards to any sort of counters, like I said, once the Black Order comes out, I'll be running PvP matches. You want to try out any counters or anything like that? Please, by all means, we'll try them all on release day of Ebony Maw. So make sure you stop by the Twitch channel. All right, got two quick more questions and that'll be it. So can we see level 85 after July? I'm thinking you meant 75.
Look how we're at 75 right now.
Maybe level.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. Level 80, I would say. Or I would say, I don't know. It's hard to tell. We'll see. But when did we hit level 70? It was what, 6 months ago? Something like that?
Yeah.
No, it was longer than that,
It's
right?
been a little bit.
I want to say like October, right?
Yeah, but how many tunes do you guys have at 75?
Not many.
Yeah.
Can't afford it.
I was going to say, like,
yeah.
Most of mine I get to 70 or 72. And
I have like maybe a dozen 75. Like definitely the U7 raid team. I have arena team and teams in DD3, so which are also a little bit of both the same, about the same. So I don't know. It's definitely worthwhile. Will any of the Black Order be viable or even necessary for DD3 potentially? It's hard to say. I mean, there's so many different things. Like that's why I want to try. I mean, the thing about DD3 is control. I mean, they're all cosmic. So unless you're taking them all into DD3 for cosmic, I'm tier 4. My goal is to tier 14 all of Black Order just for arena. But that's just my prerogative, what I'm doing. But I already have my cosmic team ready to go for DD3. I'm just waiting for, I'm trying to put things into city for the time being. So right now, once Thanos is hitting, I'm the first person out of that. I have Proxima at tier 14 already. Thanos is up next for tier 14. After that, I'm going to hold off on Corvus. I'm going to slowly work on Corvus because he's skill. But I'm also, and then Cull is bio, but I'm probably wait on Cull and Ebony Maw for the time being. But, I'm also at the point where I'm running out of superior basic catalyst now. So I'm at like 200. I was at like 6,000. Now I'm at like 200. So it's going to take a while to.
Those go real quick.
Yeah, they do go real quick.
Oh, do you get a fat stash of them though for finishing DD3?
Probably.
You do. I know in one of the runs you get like 8,000. I think maybe the first run's 5,000, the second run's 8,000. I'm not 100% on that.
But either still or either way, still I think that the biggest bottleneck has and probably always will be gold. So, but anyway, I think that's going to do it for us. So thank you all for coming out and being a part of the OG podcast. WolverThor, thanks for being the guest last minute for us. We'll
Sorry for the children interruptions.
It's perfectly all right.
Dude, we don't care, man.
We'll hang out and chat for a little bit live, but we'll be in the podcast. So if you want, you can follow us on Instagram at og.podcast. Our Twitter is overachieversp. Our website is beingoverachiever.com, where you get this episode and every episode where we talk about video games and Marvel Strike Force and all that fun, jazz, fun stuff.
Leave us a review.
Yes, please leave us a review, and that helps us out a bit. And share the stream or share the podcast if you can. And also, if you want to follow us live on Twitch while we record these, typically Sunday mornings, it's twitch.tv/OG podcast. Until then, actually, with everything with WolverThor, you can find WolverThor on YouTube at youtube.com/WolverThor. We'll put a link in the description below. And he's also on Twitch streaming occasionally at twitch.tv/WolverThor official. So please take a look at WolverThor in his channels. He puts out some great content. And also, that's it. That's all I got.
The DD3 mastermind over there.
More of a grinder.
I'd say a spreadsheet.
I'm not sure it's a mastermind.
Spreadsheet mastermind.
Yes.
Spreadsheet
There you
master.
go. Yeah, I'm just grinding down.
Yeah. All right. See you guys next time. Cheers.
Later.